Hello there, and welcome to day 70. Have you ever wondered how you can run multiple tasks in Python without them depending on each other? That is, letting them run concurrently. Well, let me show you how you can do it. Today's topic is threading, and today I would show you how you can run multiple threads in Python. Are you excited? I'm excited. It's day 70. It is day 70. 30 more days to go. This is almost over. It's day 70. Let's begin. Hello there, and welcome to day 70. It's 70 days, 30 more days to go. And today's topic is threading. If you're wondering what threading is, I'll tell you. Imagine you're working on a big task, like you're cooking a meal that has many steps. Normally, you might want to do one thing at a time. For example, you want to chop vegetables, then cook, then serve. But what if you could chop the vegetables while the food is cooking on the stove? So this way you would get more things done at the same time and you would save time overall. In programming, threading is like that. It allows you to perform different tasks. It allows different parts of your program to run at the same time instead of one after the other. And this can make your program faster, especially if it has many tasks that could be done at the same time. So real world example would be like you're checking out customer, you're restocking shelves and you're cleaning the stores. So in programming, a thread is a worker that performs a specific task, and your program can have many threads and each one can do a part of the work. And these threads then work in parallel, meaning they work at the same time but can communicate with each other when needed. So an example would be like one trend can download the file, another trend can process data, and a third trend can save these results. So your program will be faster, it's not wasting time waiting for each other to finish before you start a new one. So today I would go through the basics of Python trends. I highly recommend that you read more on this topic after this tutorial, but I would introduce it to you. So now, how do you create a trend? Let me use a simple example. So I want to have a function that print out the number in a particular range. So I will have, and then what range do I want to print for? I want to have for I in the range of 5, and I want to print I. So for I in the range of 5, I want to print the value of I. So I would have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 because it's in the range of 5. So the next thing that I would like to do is to create my trend. And how do I create my trend? By using threading.trend. And what is threading? Threading is what we imported here at the beginning. And then I have to call my function, set my target in my trend. So I would have threading.trend, and then my target would then be to print numbers. So threading.trend target equals to print number. The next thing that I will want to do is to start my trend. How do I use the start? How do I start my trend? I set t1.start. So I have t1.start, and this will start my trend. And then the next thing is to use the t1.join. T1.join to wait for the trend to finish. And why am I waiting for the trend to finish? Because I want to print out a message that the trend has finished executing. So I would have my t1.join and then a message that the trend has finished executing. Oh, I forgot the semicolon at the back of my print numbers. So this is my function. Uses a for loop to iterate between 0 to 4, and for each number it prints the value of I, and then I create my trend by using threading.trend, and then a trend object t1 is created, and then the target is my function, the print numbers, and then I use my t1.start. This begins the execution of my print numbers in a separate trend. And while this trend is running, the main program can continue executing other codes concurrently. So my t1.join, the join method blocks the main program until the trend T1 has completed its execution. So this ensures that the trend has finished executing statement is printed only after T1 finishes. And after the trend finishes, the main trend resumes, prints the message to indicate that the background trend is completed. I'm going to have a simple greet function. This is an example of the function that we use when we're talking about function. So the greet function takes a single parameter name and it's going to print out a greeting message using that name. So next, I want to create a trend with arguments. So it's similar to this. We use trending the trend, the name of my function, which is greet. And you see that here we have an argument. So inside my threading, I would also have my argument in there. So I would have T2 trend target, the name of my function, argument. This is the name for me, which is my name. And note that the argument parameter must be a tuple, even though there's only one argument, and a trailing comma is required for single element tuple. So that's why we have a comma here. So again, I will start the trend the same way we started it here. So I'll have T2 dot start, and then I would also wait for the trend to finish. So I'll have my T2 dot join, and then the join blocks the main program until the T2 has completed its execution. And then when I run this, we're able to pass our arguments into the T2. So when the T2 dot start is called, the trend begins the execution of the greet for me. And then the greet then prints the hello for me. And T2 dot join ensures that the main program waits for the trend to be finished before proceeding further. Another thing that you might wonder, that is it possible to have multiple trends? And the answer is yes. So I can have multiple functions and then create individual trends for that function. So let's have our function. So my first function is going to print even numbers. It will go from the range of 0 to 10 with a step of 2. So it will print 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. But then 10, it will skip 10 because it's from the range of 0 to 10. And then for each of the even numbers that it gets, it's going to print it. So this is example of that function for I in the range of 0 to 10 with a step of 2, and then it prints out the value of I. And then I can also have another function for the printing of the odd numbers. So it will iterate between 1 and 10, also with the 1 and 10 with a step of 2. So this is starting from 0 because we're taking even numbers with a step of 2. And now this will start from 1. So we'll have 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And now, how do I create my trend? It is exactly the way we've been creating our trend previously. So trading.trend, and then the target would then be the name of my function. So I would have two trends, T3 and T4. So these are my two trends. T3 is assigned to execute the print even function, while T4 is assigned to execute the print odd function. And then to start my trend is the exact same way. I will have T3.start and T4.start. And both trends are started and their respective functions, print even and print odd, runs at the same time. And then I'll then use the join to ensure that the main program waits until both T3 and T4 has finished executing. So I have my T3 and T join, my T3 and my T4 that ensures that the main program waits until both trends are finished executing. So when T3 starts and T4 starts, the print even and the print odd function begins to run at the same time. And since the trend runs in parallel, their order of output can be interlevel depending on how the operating system schedules the trend. So now let's print it to run it to see how the order of the functions will be. Oh yeah, we got it in perfect order. So we got the order of our haven. Try to run it and let me know in the comments if when you run it, maybe you got even first, you got odd second and even, and maybe you didn't get it in this particular order. So try to run this and let me know because it can be interlevel differently, but mine wasn't. So this is our short tutorial for day 70. There are practice questions for you to try out. Let me know, have you worked with trends before? What do you think about it? Is it really helpful? What are the downsides? Let me know your experience. And that is it for day 70, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 71. That is it for this video. Do not forget to subscribe, to like, and leave a comment. Let me know if you have any questions. And as always, the link to the Jupyter notebook is in the description. See you tomorrow.